What's up, guys? Emperor Knows Hoops back today with another video. And before we quite get into talking about basketball, I just want to thank you guys for all your love and support. Hopefully we can get a few more subscribers, get some likes and comments. And guys, I wanted to shout out my buddy Jalen Isaiah, who is a YouTuber, self-producer, and songwriter. And he's actually made all the music for this channel. He's a very good friend of mine, and I think he makes incredible content. And if you guys ever wanted to work with him, I'm going to leave his YouTube and email down in the description. So go ahead and check that out, along with the Discord for me and my buddy Dream Hoops. We're in there all the time having fun conversations. But today we are talking about, to me, the most fun offense in basketball, which is the Dallas Mavericks with Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic, as it is honestly the closest thing to the Cavs back in 2016 with Kyrie and LeBron, where we see Kyrie is much more of a secondary playmaker. And honestly, this offense is just so simple, yet so intricate and fun to watch. And guys, I obviously know the defense is a bit of an issue for this team. But we just saw last night, even though they lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves, they were down 10 and I thought it was over. But that offense is just so good. So guys, today let's deep dive into why this might be the most fun offense in basketball and one of the best guard duos. On this first clip here, what we're going to see is Luka brings up the ball, as we're about to see a beautiful screen set by JaVale McGee, who then uses Luka to then immediately kick the ball out to Tim Hardaway Jr., who then passes it to McGee. At that point, as we see McGee start to turn, I would argue right there was a perfect opportunity to pass to Kyrie, even though he gets the foul. And here we see little Kyrie setting a great screen for Luka, and because Kyrie Irving is there, the Kings cannot just go to doubling Luka in the post, so Luka is able to back down his man and get to the rim with relative ease. And on this next play, I think this is the signs of incredible offense. So we see here Bertans is going to make a move for Luka as Dwight Powell does a dribble handoff. And as Powell is cutting, and Luka makes the very tough pass to him, the beautiful dump to Kyrie, who again, I would argue should take the layup right here, but immediately kicks it out to Bertans again. That's just great offense, even though he missed. And again, as we're going to look at it right here, we see Kyrie get the ball from Luka, immediately dribble handoff, get Dwight Powell, who he makes a tough jump pass to, kicks it out to Green, who immediately dribble hands off to Bertans and does the same exact thing for Kyrie to get the ISO, who he then immediately is able to get into his bag. And right here, the beautiful pass to Powell for the strong finish, even though he missed. And now, guys, this offense is just so incredible to see. Even last night, as we're about to see here, the moves of Dwight Powell, honestly, I think is underrated by most fans. Luka here is going to get that beautiful dribble handoff, who gives it right to Kyrie and back. And again, you're going to see Powell's going to try and do an off-ball action as Kyrie goes to set a screen. And as he moves, Luka beautifully bounce passes it between the two defenders. Powell then immediately actually gets Ant to commit to his drive and just beautiful no-look straight to Bertans for the corner three. This offense, guys, is just so fun because of how much screen actions they use and how much they're able to use the off-ball movement of Kyrie, and honestly even getting Luka a little bit involved, which I think has just been incredible. Now, right here, I think we're going to see the one issue so far with the Mavericks on offense. You had 14 seconds left here, the final possession. And what we're about to witness here is a game of hot potato between Kyrie and Luka. Who should be taking the last shot? Now, I think it's all a matter of, for this team, who just has the best look. So right here, here's what I would argue. As Anthony Edwards jumps, Kyrie gets over. I think he should have just given it right back to Luka, who had the most open shot, and you take it. But guys, this team's offense has so much legitimate potential. There is only one downside, as some of these games have shown. It's the defense. In that first game against the Kings, they were cooking offensively. I mean, they were just hooping. However, they were giving up just as much as they were giving on the other end. And again, we kind of noticed that with the Timberwolves game too. Even though they came back in the game, that defense was really, really showing to hurt them. Along with, at the moments when there's no Kyrie and no Luka, the offense looks a little bit weird and stagnant, but I think Christian Wood is actually a really fun fit for this team. And I think that Kyrie has just been so good that in some ways, I kind of want to see them stagger the minutes so that you kind of always have one of them on the floor. And then when you have them both on the floor, more so in the first and the fourth, you really make sure you can make a team pay off of how much they've gotten into their rhythm by that point in the game. And again, guys, the use of the bigs here in Dallas has been incredibly fun, but the one issue these bigs also have is their rim protection just does not exist. Even last night, Jason Kidd gave this whole speech about how defense almost doesn't matter to this team anymore. They're trying to get buckets. And guys, I think that can work. However, I'm just not quite sure how long you can just be focused on getting buckets when you're not necessarily sure that you can guarantee on the other end that you're going to be getting a stop at all. But I think this team could be a legitimate contender just because on any given night, we just saw Luka and Kyrie go for almost 70 last night after struggling in the first 3 quarters to then top off in the fourth and just get this team back into action. So guys, I just want to thank you all for your support. This was Mr. Knows Hoops with another video showing you guys why the Dallas Mavericks are just the most fun team and honestly the best guard duo in basketball. As always, guys, have a good one. Peace out.